this morning, Metro Police bust a major marijuana grow operation. News Channel 5's Alexander Cohen has all the details for us. And Alexandra, thanks to a cop and his good nose, I suppose.
That's a good way to put it, Amy. He was just driving by when he smelled marijuana and started to investigate. Eventually, they were able to nab 85 marijuana plants at this house on Lynn Drive in Nashville. Here's what we know. Like you said, the officer was driving by that home and he smelled marijuana. So he ran a test through the NES database to see if the home was using an excessive amount of power. It was when the officer spotted the homeowner leaving the house a short time later. He approached him. William Westbrooks admitted to the officer that there was marijuana plants in his home and he gave consent to search. In all, officers confiscated 85 plants, 5 pounds and 42 grams of processed marijuana and 53 grams of marijuana edibles. Westbrooks was arrested for felony drug offense. He told police he grew marijuana but actually didn't distribute it. Officers also found heat lamps to grow that marijuana in his home. This remains under investigation. We'll update you as soon as we get his mugshot online. Reporting live in Nashville, Alexander Cohen, News Channel 5.
All right, Alexandra, thanks. And happening right now, the TBI is looking for this teenager. She's missing from the mid-state. Authorities issued an endangered child runaway alert for Jade Mullen yesterday. So you say, okay, she's 16 years old. You normally don't issue an alert like that from her Sumner County home, but here's why they're concerned. She may be headed to the Gulf Shores with 3 adults. 2 of them have a violent criminal history, and a third has convictions for promoting prostitution. Dangerous characters she may be with. Call 1-800-TBI-FIND if you see her or anyone that she may be associated with.
Developing news now, a brazen thief stole an entire trailer from a church. Murfreesboro police say there was a 14-piece stage set inside the trailer worth thousands. Witnesses at the Pentecostal church on Las Casas Pike said someone drove away with the trailer just before 6 Sunday night. They were driving a red and white Chevy truck with yellow lettering on the windshield. If you have any information, call Murfreesboro Crime Stoppers.
Amy, a disturbing investigation going on in Portland right now after a man is accused of raping a 13-year-old. The Gallatin News-Examiner reporting 46-year-old Rolando Pinion stalked the teen and repeatedly made unwanted sexual advances toward her. He allegedly admitted to Portland police that he didn't realize how old the girl was and that the act was consensual.
Well, at least one person is in the hospital after a shooting north of Nashville. It happened on Westchester Drive last night near Brick Church Pike. We're told 2 people were involved and at least one ended up at TriStar Skyline Medical Center with injuries. No word yet on what started the fight. Be sure to stay with News Channel 5 for any updates on the investigation.
A bill allowing guns on public college and university campuses is now state law. It became that way without the governor's signature. The Guns on Campus law allows faculty and staff with carry permits to bring their weapons with them to work. They do have to notify campus security if they choose to do so, however. In a statement, Governor Bill Haslam said he disagreed with the measure for not allowing individual schools to decide whether to allow guns on campus and hopes the legislation will take into account feedback from those institutions as the law is implemented across the state. It goes into effect July the 1st.
And happening today, the Metro School Board is one step closer to finding its next director after going without one for nearly a year. Matthew Torres live at Nashville Public Schools for us, the school board this morning. Matthew, what is expected to happen today?
Well, the list of potential candidates vying for the director position is expected to be announced today. So this is the time that the board will get to review this list just in time before the interviews. The first round of them will be set for this Thursday. Now, Metro Nashville Schools haven't had an official director since Dr. Jesse Register retired last June. And so filling in is Metro Chief Financial Officer Chris Henson. The original search for the director at first did not go as expected, with plenty of criticism. Many parents, even some school members, concerned by the lack of qualified candidates and really how fast this was going, knowing that they felt underwhelmed by the candidates. But at the end, the job was offered to Williamson County Schools Director Dr. Mike Looney. But to the board's surprise, he turned it down, turning down a $285,000 a year contract. So they are doing it all again, and they're expecting it to start this week, hopefully to narrow down the candidates by at least next week before the public forums. They're hoping to have a director in place by June 1st. Reporting live, I'm Matthew Torres, News Channel 5.
All right, Matthew, thanks for the update. Some new information now as the TN Ready testing fiasco gets more complicated. After education officials fired the vendors because they had so many problems, Williamson County Superintendent Dr. Mike Looney suspended all student tests. Well, now the state says, you can't do that. The Department of Education canceled all accountability and scores for the tests, but they say high schoolers are still on the hook to take the test. So last night, Dr. Looney addressed the board in a specially called meeting.
I think we've fought a good fight, but at the end of the day, the department has the ability to enforce this.
Really can't do much. He said the Education Commissioner, Candace McQueen, threatened to pull up to $3 million from the district if it did not give those tests to high school students. A video message will be played for Williamson County students this morning from Dr. Looney. And the testing, kids, sorry about this, the testing begins on Monday.
Developing news now on a hazmat scare in downtown Nashville. City officials tell us white powder was discovered at the One Nashville building on 4th and Commerce yesterday. Authorities aren't saying much, but we do know the fire department's hazmat team investigated and was on the scene for several hours. We're going to bring you more information as it comes in.